you know, you're looking at two very, very Olympic-style teams. The Laguna Beach, you know, even though they have beach in the name, they are traditional. They like to play big volleyball, and we'll see a lot of tempo, a lot of ball control on both sides of the court.
In the red is, of course, that Sports Performance 16 team, and they earned that first point after an error at the net. Laguna Beach in all black. First swing from Tyus on the outside. Both teams told us that they're a little bit undersized, and you talked about it, Aaron. Taking control of the ball is going to be important.
Yeah, and keep in mind a lot of the players, or some of the players on Sports Performance, are younger. They've had to step up due to some injuries for Sports Performance, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be interesting to see how these two coast-to-coast teams will come out today.
This one coming back out to Kendra. We'll set things up for Laguna. Nice dig there from Tyus. And the point goes to Laguna Beach. It was actually libero Sydney Furman that kept that play alive for the team from California.
And both teams are going to play very, very scrappy volleyball. Those liberos are going to get a lot of action today on the court.
That one into the net for Kerrigan Kendra. And back-to-back points for Laguna Beach. Instantly when I saw this matchup, Aaron, I was thinking about the TV show, Laguna Beach, and the sunsets over there in California. But when we talked to Coach Michelle Kwan, she says this club practices 40 minutes away from the beach, so they don't get to quite get the same treatment as the show.
And they've been enjoying their time in Florida. They said some of the girls have even gone to see some gator shows. They've gone to the pool. So they're, even though they have beaches where they're from, they're getting the full Florida experience.
Caroline Hughes here from the service line. Outside swing is out for Gonzalez.
We're calling a touch off the block. Spry looks a little bit confused. But point goes back to Laguna Beach, and we have a tie ball game.
Lauren Perry, the middle blocker, set to serve. The pink shoelace there. The attacks keep coming from Condra. Out of the pipe. That one is out of bounds, and point will go to Sports Performance. Both teams had to win a lot of games to get here. Sports Performance winning 2 this morning, and probably a little bit more rested there than Michelle Kwan's squad, who had to go through 3 to get in this championship game. If you recognize the name Michelle Kwan, yes, it is a famous Olympic skater. Our coach on the court is not her, but a funny story, the two shared classes together at UCLA, but never met.
She said they had an awkward moment during roll call in one of the classes. So, pretty interesting story.
This is the 12th and final day of competition here at Disney Wide World of Sports, and the Convention Center hosting this tournament. It's a little bit quieter than we've had it, Aaron.
Yeah, all the clubs have either completed their seasons after this, or they're going to the Junior Olympic Championships in Indianapolis. So, unfortunately, the 16s kind of get the shaft when it comes to the scheduling. They don't get to have all their club players come and watch.
Laying it out was Condra there on the back line. Ball was dumped over, and free one comes over. Right side dip. Good dig from Sydney Furman. Denial there, and the ball comes over for Sports Performance. This one can't be chased down by Caroline Hughes. Point for Laguna Beach.
And that's just a great job by number 4, Ava Gonzalez, for Laguna Beach, playing on the outside. She was really disciplined in getting her attacks. She stayed really patient and hung out into that play. Even after she got blocked, she actually covered herself, kept that rally alive.
Going deep from Sands. One to match was Caitlin Wolford. Wolford again. Back row from Kerrigan.
Oh, nice cut by Wolford.
Off-speed attack.
Good coverage.
Second time will be the charm. That one dropping down for Maya Sands.
And these rallies, you know, I feel like we've almost played a 15-point set because the rallies have been so long on both sides. Good discipline on defense. Both liberos really leading the charge in the backcourt, keeping these points in this game very, very aggressive.
Sophie Black didn't want to wait for another long rally there to score.
Not at all. Huge swing out of the middle on the slide.
Point for a point. Even scoreboard here. 6-6 of the 16 Premier National Championship. Nice tip at the net there from Emily Surin.
And it doesn't always have to be all power. It can sometimes just be finesse, and that's all Surin did. Just barely touched that ball over the net. Easy point. And this is a serve that Sports Performance wants to keep so they can score some points. Great dig by libero Barnes.
Going opposite, and that one drops down alongside the net from Gwendolyn Woken.
And Wolken, one of the 15-year-olds on this team, really making her presence known on the right side. Has a little bit of height, gets some jump on that. Nice high point of contact, beats the block.
Yeah, and she was actually playing with the 15s team earlier in the week. So Coach Schlechter told us that it's been 8 straight days that Gwendolyn, and I'm going to pronounce this right this time, Vokow, has been playing volleyball. 8 days straight, Erin.
That's a lot. I feel like we've been talking for 8 days straight, and that's tiring enough, not playing. But kudos to her. She must really love the sport. I'm telling you, these girls aren't out here for anything other than the love of the sport and the passion for it.
And at this age, I mean, you got to spell it out. How critical is it to be in this type of setting where so many college coaches are lingering and watching and looking to build their rosters?
Yeah, this is really, this is the year before the big year. So it's all about development. This is the first time coaches can see you. They can see kind of what your style of play is like. Coach Schlechter was telling us about the rule changes that came in the NCAA this year. So there's a radio silence period between April 30th and June 15th at this age. So college coaches cannot talk to these young players, and I think it really is an important thing because sometimes we pressure these kids to make big decisions when they're too young.
At 15, 14, that one not getting over for Sydney Furman. Nice effort there from Laguna Beach. Sports Performance just starting to build up a little bit of a lead here. 4-point advantage. That one right off the white tape. A beauty.
Well, that ball's in for sure. Good hustle on the back by Barnes. Number 32, libero. She one hand dig. Condra puts it away, puts the stamp on it. Barnes is the only one committed on the floor, and she's going to the University of Illinois, and she's really certainly made her presence known today.
Yeah, this team getting Laguna Beach out of system. And some contact at the net. We're going to have a timeout called here. And we're going to take this time to kind of put this tournament more in perspective for all of you watching at home. Over 2,800 teams participating, 42 and change athletes. I mean, this is an event that brings 100,000 people to Central Florida. And Erin, look at the coaches. And then I think there's 800 college coaches here.
Yeah, it's just incredible. You know, every time we come here year after year, I feel like it just gets bigger and the competition gets better and the younger girls are getting better, and it always makes me so excited for the future of the sport. We get to watch the future Olympians right here at Wide World of Sports.
Caroline Barnes, that Illinois commit we've been talking about, the libero. Big time block at the net. A combination of Ellie Watson there and Volkow.
And Coach was telling us today, Watson hitting about 600 in this tournament, making her offensive presence known all tournament, but that was a rooftop if I've ever seen one. Good block out of the middle.
Right side attack from Tyus there. It's recovered nicely. We'll try it on the opposite side for Sports Performance. They are successful. Courtesy number 16 there. 76, Gwendolyn Volkow. Too many touches.
Yeah, just a tough play on that. Ball was a little bit too tight to the net. Couldn't quite do anything with it.
What's wild is the Sports Performance team had a rough start here in the tournament, lost their first match in their seeding, and they haven't lost since. Coach Matthew Slechta was just telling us how much this team has created a sense of grit, a grittiness to them throughout this entire competition. We'll try outside for Gonzalez. That one's out. Sports Performance now 9 points out in front of Laguna Beach. It is the best of 3 sets, so first to 25 and 25, and if this were to go 3 sets, which was the last semifinal for Laguna Beach, that would be the first one to 15.
Laguna Beach, 3 matches today. I mean, these girls are given, they have whatever fuel they have left in the tank. They are putting on championship court today. Just fun to watch.
What ball placement there from Kerrigan Kandra. Starting to get a little bit easy here for Sports Performance to pick things away.
Yeah, a little bit of lack of ball control for Laguna Beach. Anytime you have a team that really just goes after it on the service line, it's hard to compete against that, especially when they're putting balls away out of the middle, on the right side, on the left side. You have to kind of serve tough against them to force them out of system as well. So that's a great swing out of the middle. Nice high dig, goes off the defense. Good effort, though, by Wilford on the back line.
All right, we have a timeout here. Let's listen to the Sports Performance huddle.
Los Angeles, if you can't hit that direction, does that make sense? And then if you feel like you've got 10 minutes to set the middle, probably go to a pin at that point. Because when you ran that C, they were sitting there waiting for it.
Okay, here we go. Let's go.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3, sequence.
Aaron, exactly what you were going to say, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Assistant coach Eric Vogt talking to his team. You know, we always talk about coaching staffs and how different coaches see different things on the court. They strategize about different things on the court. Very, very strategic, trying to read the offense of the opponent. For now, you know, it's for Sports Performance, it's just keep serving really tough. Try not to serve out of bounds, but keep serving tough, put the pressure on Laguna Beach.
And for Michelle Kwan's squad, what do you think she's asking of them?
Yeah, she's just they need to serve tough. They need to really just go after it and put some heat on the ball. She's calling zone 4, so they're going for a short serve, which is a good call. It's going to throw the middle out of balance. They get a free ball out of it.
And a nice attack there from the middle. We'll go outside this time with Gonzalez, and just a miscue there.
Yeah, and Ellie Watson's just doing a good job of controlling the net. You know, 80% of the offense goes out of the outside, so you have to be really disciplined in your blocking, especially out of system. Gonzalez had some success going at the hands at the beginning of the set, but good discipline by Watson out of the middle to just block that ball.
5 points shy of settling this first set for Sports Performance. And we're going to have a whistle as we have a double touch against Laguna Beach. Barajas there with that serve. And nearly the point given to sports performance for Anna Jaworski and her placement of that ball.
And Furman heads up play, just trying to get her hands on the ball as it came at her fast. Libero for Laguna Beach just couldn't get it out clean. Point goes back to sports performance.
Calling to Black there.
And Sophie Black trying to go down the line. Good block set up by number 3, Anna Jaworski for sports performance. Kind of giving away that they were giving the line. But if you look at the relationship of where the attacker was versus where the outside line was and the blocker, the outside only had about 3% of the court to work with and hits the ball out.
This one mismanaged at the net. Couldn't be saved by Caitlin Wilford. And now we're just 1 point away from settling this first set.
And Cern was in the net. So ball actually goes back to Laguna Beach. Good short serve.
That scoreboard is all corrected now and didn't matter because coming from the attack on the outside was number 38, Maya Sands.
And really the first real powerful swing we've seen on the outside. So far, sports performance has gotten away with, being really smart with the ball. First time we've seen a player really unload on it.
Jaworski there into the net as we are still at set point officially of the 16 Premier National Championship. Laguna Beach here set to serve, number 13, Sydney Furman. Outside attack again, and that's the dagger for the first set. Thank you, Vocal. Gwendolyn Vocal closing out this first set here for sports performance.
And another super powerful swing. She puts her stamp on that first set. Love that arm swing. The true bow and arrow.
All right, the first set is in the books. We're 1 away from naming a 16 Premier National Championship, 25-12 sports performance. Keep it here. We have the second set on the way. Back inside on championship court is sports performance team that pretty handily took care of that first set, 25-12. And this is their fearless leader, Caroline Barnes, the libero.
And 5 digs. She's had an amazing tournament leading up to this point. Hasn't had a lot of opportunity to dig the ball, but the few times she's put her hands on it, she's made it perfectly clean. It's very rare that you, as a libero, you get recruited to those big schools. Sometimes you walk on, sometimes you go out of state for things like that. But she's really, really showed up today, and I think the team goes where she does. She's got an awesome attitude and has been super fun to watch so far in this match.
And she is committed to Illinois, of course, and she was a part of the 15 Premier Championship for sports performance last year, and so was Georgia Cavallari, Ellie Watson, and Kerrigan Condra. So this team is poised, and they know what this atmosphere is like. They're just looking to add onto their hardware collection, Erin.
Yeah, absolutely. And, sports performance has had such a reputation of success over the past, decade or so. So they definitely have a very stacked trophy case.
Inside the booth with you today is Despina Barton and former UCF outside hitter Erin Campbell.
And that's just what Laguna Beach needs. They need something big to carry them into this set. They need to get their emotions and the momentum underway if they want to take away this second set and make it go to 3.
Sports performance is in the navy blue and Laguna Beach in the black. Nice tracking there by Ava Gonzalez. Keeping things moving in the middle. Point goes down and is good.
And Ellie Watson really showing us her versatility. Again, coach said she's probably hitting about 600. on this tournament. That's like having a batter hitting, 300, 400, having those really high efficiency percentages. So kudos to her. She's done her job on the front row. Great dig out of the back row by Barnes.
We'll go right side attack, laying out on the other end. And a whistle against Sports Performance.
And Jaworski, before that play, before the whistle even finished, had a cringing look on her face. She knew she was in it. Good call by the officials.
Attack on the outside couldn't be dug up by Sydney Furman. And Kerrigan Condra going to work early.
That's just a great slowdown. She had a nice high point of contact. She had already beat the block. Outside of it, just put it over the net, nice and easy.
And here, we don't see this very often, Cadence Gronsky with the set too tight to the net.
Yeah, it just looks like she doesn't have the same mojo that she's had with her middle all day today. Could be a little bit of a fatigue factor.
These two teams have played a lot of games to land here. Sports Performance 2 today. Laguna Beach, this is their 4th today.
That's so many matches. Like, I don't think people understand this. Okay, 25-point sets take, 35, 45 minutes? And you're playing, they've gone to 3 in a lot of those matches too. They've gone the marathon. There's got to be some fatigue factor playing in so far, and it's hard to just get some momentum going after all those matches. But their bench looks like they're having some fun, so.
They know this is the finish line. A national champion is going to be crowned at the end of this. The sun's still up. Maybe they're going to the parks afterwards. Going to get to relax. It's Friday. Beautiful block at the net. Ashley Haas had a hand in that. A lot of these girls on this Laguna Beach team are high academic kids, so they're taking the time to make their rounds at different Ivy League camps, big-time programs. And it's still so early, like you were talking about, Erin. This is the 16 premier group and division, and recruiting is going to get wild very soon.
Yeah, and, this is the fun year, I always say. 15s and 16s are the years you can kind of just enjoy, have some fun, show your personality. And then it turns a little bit more business when you get to that 17s age, because that's when a lot of big decisions are made, offers are made. So I'm happy to see that both teams look like they're having some fun out there today.
On the slide and the dump. Is it good? It stays on the ground. Good play from Emily Surin.
Furman almost got underneath that one, running and diving. Good soft touch. Showed it a little bit early. Furman could have read that a little bit sooner. That tip was pretty distinct. The hand was up, didn't take the full arm swing. Just got to be able to run that ball down.
And nobody communicating on that serve over. It's going to result in an ace for Laguna Beach. Or excuse me, Sports Performance. Free ball is over. And that one touched by Condra. Sticky situation there, Erin. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I just need to claw the ball a little bit better. Someone like Caroline Barnes typically would call that out of the back row, but just didn't quite communicate it early enough.
And now we're starting to see a rhythm in the middle. Anna Jaworski making her presence known for Sports Performance.
Well, and when you don't serve tough at a team like this, and they pass the ball just so well, almost every single pass they've had has been a 3 pass, you're going to have 15 kills versus 6 kills. It's all dictated by the back row and the setting choices by Jaworski to lead that charge on offense.
And then when you compound that with some net play, Emily Surin, tough to go up against. Wilford here gets to 9.
And Tyus just needs to keep an eye out. Oh, I'm sorry. Wilford needs to keep an eye out for what that block's doing. Just didn't even check it before she swung. Was very, very pressed and disciplined.
Let's go ahead and listen in to Coach Kwan's huddle.
Make them run stuff, across and so forth, right? Okay, serve receive, let's clean this up a little bit, right? Move our feet back with our hands apart first and get them out earlier because the ball's coming faster at us, right? And again, we can't be so one-dimensional, so middles, we gotta get up, we gotta keep our spacing, right? And then we gotta keep, again, my right side, you gotta keep that ball in front of you, right? Here we go.
Guys, come on.
You know, all aspects of the game touched on during that huddle. You got to pass the ball. Obviously, that's the foundation of anything volleyball. But she wants to get those middles activated and moving laterally along the net with their offensive choices. That's a nice little play. Oh, look at that pancake. Perfectly timed. Good dig by Furman.
The attack stays on the right side. We'll keep it coming the other way. Good hands there by Gronsky. Up and over from Gonzalez. And a love tap, baby. Emily Surin again.
Look at this pancake. It's like perfectly timed. That's, I mean, insane. And then nice finish and execution by Surin in the middle. She's had a stellar performance today as well.
And into the net for Laguna Beach. How do you avoid situations like that?
It's all about body control, and if you're a setter, you yell at your passers. Why are you passing the ball so tight to the net? Pull me off the net. There's nothing I can do with that. The only thing that a setter can potentially do is if she's charging the net that way is literally turn her body so that her chest, her hips are running parallel with the net and try to side set that ball, but you still have to have your feet set. When the setters get their feet to the ball, they take those last two steps. You get really nice clean sets just like that, and your outsides can execute the ball. Good swing by Wilford.
Wilford keeps the attack coming. This one results in another point for Laguna Beach. This Laguna Beach team's been playing since 8 a.m. Coach Kwan says they're undersized, so ball control and defense is obviously going to be critical here. But she trusts in how resilient this squad is. And we're seeing it here with that ball coming over from Gonzalez. And then the two going up to block in the middle, Perry and Gronsky.
And we've seen really sports performance kind of be the leader at leading the charge at the net. But that rally was kept alive by the very disciplined blocking for Laguna Beach. That's something they can certainly pick up into the second set and take charge of. They have the height. Both of these teams are a little bit shorter than most, but they're evenly matched in that sense.
That ball placed out of bounds from Condra. The points keep coming for Laguna Beach, and we're in a much tighter race, Aaron. 3 points here in the second set. Let's listen in to the sports performance bench here.
Simple rotations. The more we run our middles, you guys are gonna have seams. Exactly like the challenge match last night, okay? Make sure you get wider. Like I said earlier, just hit back to one. Okay, get on top of the ball and swing. All right, let's go.
1, 2, 3, sequence!
That was Matthew Slechta, the head coach for a Sports Performance 16 team here, who had a hefty lead. Now that's cut down to 3, Aaron.
Yeah, and he's very analytical when he talks about the game of volleyball. That definitely reflects on what his career choice has been. He's a chemistry and biology teacher, very factual, keeps it simple. I like coaches that really let the girls play, but just points out some little things in the match.
Ava Gonzalez there from back row for the attack. Keeps the ball for Laguna Beach. Ball popped up high. Condra puts it down.
And caught Wilford just on the way back. You have to be stopped when your opponent is swinging. It's a free ball situation if Wilford is in a down-ready position to convert that ball.
And I'm not sure what just happened.
Yeah, it looks like Gronsky was trying to set the middle, and it looked like it was just a little bit too tight to the net. heads-up play by the front row Sports Performance to get a hand on it. Wilford wasn't expecting it.
And Barnes keeps sending over the firepower from the service line. And the middle is on. Starting to look like a clinic out there with Ellie Watson.
Yeah, when she's in the front row, you pretty much know if the ball is going to go out of the middle, she's going to execute. Very, very efficient out of the middle.
That lead built up to 5 again. Back row set was beautiful. And that one's going to be tipped off of Laguna Beach and point to Sports Performance.
And Sports Performance is best when they activate the middle and then they activate the right side, number 76.
And that was an ace coming across too to string together 3 straight points and a timeout called here to kind of try and slow the roll here for Sports Performance. Let's go back to the huddle.
You got to make sure that you stay outside because the last couple times they get stuck in these rotations, the middle's going to want to tip to you in 4, okay? Don't reach anything above your head. Yeah, outside the block and you're good, okay? Other than that, keep going in transition quick, all right? Keep going. Big swings, big swings.
1, 2, 3, feet back.
A few simple reminders here, Aaron.
Keep your hands up. Don't put your hands up.
Sometimes that's as simple as it needs to be,
I know.
right?
Yeah, the game, it's complicated, so the more you simplify it, the better off you are.
A lot of whistles, but this one made after the play. A kill for Lauren Perry.
The first time we've really seen a good connection between these two on the right side. Keep running that slide, especially when your setter's front row. Keep pulling that block. I like that play choice a lot.
You are watching the 16 Premier National Championship here on Championship Court inside the HP Fieldhouse. Sports Performance own the first set and have an opportunity here to close it out in 2. Despina Barton and Aaron Campbell here in the booth with you today.
Oh, great dig by Barnes.
Somehow kept that ball up for just an extra moment. Laguna Beach not going down without a fight. We'll get it outside to Wilford, and that's too far. Aaron, to close this one out, what does Sports Performance need to do?
Yeah, they just need to keep serving really tough. They've had very few hitting errors, only 4 so far in this match. Keep that up, keep up the efficiency, and then transition in the middle. Run their middle as often as they can. Their middles are their biggest point generators. So run the free ball here, maybe run a slide, pulls the block.
And that one going outside to Condra, their kills leader here.
We've all done it. We see that there's no block in front of us. We go up there, we take that big swing, and it goes out of bounds. It's just you want it too bad. We've all been there, Condra.
Ava Gonzalez with that swing. She'll try it again. Joust at the net. That one's picked up by Barnes. Awkward set to Condra on the other side. The middle with the attack. She wants it so bad.
Yeah, and they're calling that there was a touch. Point goes to Spry, so she gets the kill. Good job by Condra. Hung in there.
Sticking with it there for Kerrigan Condra. A service error from Sports Performance for that last point you just might have missed. So Laguna Beach back with serve control, and it's Lauren Perry, the middle blocker. And here was Laguna Beach catching everybody out of system. Big time swing and placement by Elatias.
Yeah, and that's the key to the game for Laguna Beach. Serve tough, force Sports Performance out of system. You have nothing to lose at this point. Go back to that service line and put some heat on that ball. Another great serve. Good block out of the middle.
Gonzalez from the outside. Everybody wanted a piece of that one. Hughes sent it over. We'll go on the slide. That one out of bounds for Ella Tyus.
And Tyus wanted it so bad. She could see it. Saw the huge seam in the block. Just dropped that elbow a little bit too far. Ball goes out of bounds.
This sports performance team wanted to close this one out in 2 sets. Their semis went to 3. And what a beautiful play from Luisa Lafranco.
And good save by Gronsky. That ball was so tight to the net. Just one-handed little dish. Serve it up on the platter. Let her middle come back through and take a big swing for a kill.
You got me hungry now. You're talking about a dish.
Right?
And
Gronsky looking like a waitress walking around. That perfect little tip. Oh, good dig out of the back row. Wilford.
Gonzalez tried her best. This one, though, goes to the opposing team. The team that's in control. Sports performance from Illinois. 5 points away from calling themselves a national champion. No one out on the outside to get that ball to.
Just a miscue, misplay. Had a lot of players switching. Gronsky wasn't aware that there was going to be a wave 2 or a slide 2 on that play.
All the bodies are tracking that ball for Laguna Beach, and nobody at the net again to play it. 2 back-to-back errors for Laguna Beach here. Anna Jaworski, the setter, getting ready to serve for sports performance.
Looks like they're looking at some lineup inconsistencies. The table officials.
The table gonna clean everything up there. And they're actually gonna double check the score. Right now, what we see is what you see, 22-17. And on the floor, it looks like there might be an additional point for sports performance. So that may have settled things out. And they did. So we're going to play ball here. Sports performance just 2 points shy of winning the 16 Premier Final. Clean serve by Jaworski. Laguna Beach sets outside to McNamee.
Good save. Oh, barely in the net. She tried to pull it out. Barely clipped it on the way back.
The net doesn't play well with others, does it?
No, it doesn't. And it will point out where you go wrong every single time.
Nice block at the net for Laguna. The attack keeps
Oh,
coming. The
great
block
blocking.
follows.
Good coverage.
On the slide with the attack. That one's just out. It looked beautiful from our angle, though. Luisa Lafranco. Just out of bounds. So it makes it championship point. And number 38, Maya Sands, will serve it up for sports performance, a team out of Illinois.
Oh, great dig by Barnes. You're kidding me.
Bodies hit the floor, and that is how it goes down. The save from Caroline Barnes. We got to bring it back to you. Here's that championship point all over again. Aaron, break it down.
Insane one-handed dig. Great effort, though, by Gronsky, but I don't think anybody in the gym expected Barnes to get a hand on that ball, let alone get a libero kill for championship point. Holy smokes, Caroline Barnes put on a defensive clinic today.
Holy smokes, is Illinois getting an incredible libero. Caroline Barnes wins a national championship here with the 16 Premier Squad Sports Performance. Hugs and big smiles all around. But we're going to show you how we got to this moment.
In the first set, Laguna Beach came out strong. They had a lot of stuff going on offense, but it was just the power of sports performance all over the floor. Barnes leading the charge out of the back row. Everyone on offense generating kills, blocks, doing their jobs, and helped sports performance sneak away with a 25-12 win in the first set. Second set, Laguna Beach came out hot again. They really came out focused on dominating the net. But again, it was the power of sports performance, the tough serving, the consistent front row, the efficient front row, helped them sneak away with championship point.
What a beauty here on championship court for this team out of Illinois. This